Hey, what's going on, good people? This is a custom I just finished. Really wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I wanted to do a Lobo based off the Jason Momoa Jason Momoa's look from the new Supergirl movie. Granted, we don't really know what he's going to look like, so this is just my loose interpretation of what I think it may look like. You know, what I would like him to look like. Possibly make him look a lot better, or maybe look about the same. Who knows? But anyways, this is something I was kind of just been throwing together in my head and trying to decide what I wanted to look like and what would be the best approach. I mean, at the end of the day, Lobo is a biker. You know, he's a bounty hunter. He's a biker, which I would love to try to do the motorcycle someday. Shoot, I just might get the McFarlane and just use that one. I enjoyed doing this one. The it used the what is it? The V-Toys body for this one. Mainly because I like the bulk and the size to it. I thought it was a really good fit for Jason Momoa. So I went with that one. Originally, this was going to be a body. I think I had a color of green, painted green for Martian Manhunter. I got halfway through, decided I want to do Lobo instead. So went back, repainted a chalky white, gray to try to fit his look. With the hair. Oh, and by the way, this is the head from the Mezco Aquaman. I got a bunch of heads and accessories in from that I picked up from TikTok Custom when he was selling for a lot of his stuff. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it first, and then it hit me, do Lobo. So yeah, so I just repainted the head. I'll show you what the original head looked like. For those who don't know, the few who haven't seen the Aquaman, the Mezco Aquaman. So this is what the original head looks like. So this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing this one. But let me put this head over here. So I got this chain from Hobby Lobby. I think it was like part of a mosaic type thing you could hang up, picture or something. But I really just wanted the chain, so I got the chain cut up in parts. Used the chain because I knew I wanted to go with that. I've seen certain versions of Lobo where they don't have the chain, but that's kind of like a signature thing for me, seeing that. I also wanted to add it to the pants, so I cut up some for part of it for the arm, and another part for the just to add chain links to the pants. And these were regular blue jean pants. I can't remember where I got them from, but I used the Angelus leather paint. Painted them black. And that came out pretty nice. Oh, the belt is actually from TikTok Custom as well. It's one that he, I believe he 3D did a 3D print. I can't talk. So I just painted black and added painted the buckle silver. These are the Deadpool grenades. So I just repainted them. And just threw them in here just to just have something. I mean, he's a bounty hunter. He's chasing down all kinds of bounties, from Superman to where else. So he's going to bring whatever arsenal he can actually carry on him to get the job done. So for the sickle or his hook, whatever you want to call it, I've cut this off. It was an axe from what was it? I think it was one of the orcs. Those I think it was from Mithro Toys. It was one of the orcs. So I cut the half of it of one of the. As a matter of fact, where is it at? Here's the other half. So I cut the back of it off here, part of it. So there's a piece coming off here, which is this, and I wasn't showing on camera. That's what I get for not looking. So yes, I cut this back part off and then sanded it down and drilled a hole in it so I can actually stick the chain down in the middle of it. Then I painted, because I didn't want it just to look just a regular gray look. So bring this a little closer to the camera, maybe you can see the tones. I just want it to look a little different, just have something to do. So I used some iridescent paint. I did use copper, black, and blue. So I like how that came out. The holster, I think I got that from, I can't remember where I got the holster from, but it was actually kind of hodgepodge. I cut it up from a couple of different things to make the holster. The jacket is from the Masco Blade. I actually had got rid of this original jacket um, because I replaced it with a jacket that was, it looked more of like the movie version. So I got rid of that jacket, replaced with this one. Um, Let me rephrase that. I got rid of this jacket, replaced with another one, and it's been sitting in one of my drawers ever since. So I figured that'd be perfect for Lobo. I was gonna go with a shirtless version of Lobo, just with no jacket or anything, but um, or trying to find a short jacket for it. But then I decided just to do a trench coat. So I cut the sleeves off. Normally, I'd be more careful with how the sleeves look to make it, look a little neater. But I felt like that was more of a perfect look for Lobo. He has that grunge look to him. So, he's not going to carefully cut the sleeves off. I wanted to look like a jacket that's been worn, lived in. And so I did when I cut the sleeves off, I cut a little further to actually make the gauntlets for his forearms. And I put one on both sides. I figure he has a chain. The chain could be wrapped around a gauntlet one, just for paint reasons, because I painted the arm too, but to make sure it would actually hold a little better, actually hold on to the gauntlet. But also I just thought it was a nice look. So this is from, it was also part of that TikTok custom goodie bag from Black Panther. So it was a necklace. So I cut the necklace in half and put half of it here, and then put half of it on his gloves, because I wanted to look like, hey, he's punchy. He's he's gonna have some power, have some spikes to it. So I actually like that look to it. The guns I actually got these were 3D printed from local comic book shop I go to, Outer Limits Comics. So, and this gun back here, let me set him down for a second. I actually put a magnet under the jacket, and I had a lot of pieces of chain link left, so I just glued it onto, I don't know if you can see it, glued it onto the inside of the gun, and just use that to, and since this gun has so many different parts to it, is a very detailed gun. They did an excellent job on printing this. It doesn't fit in his hand. Actually doesn't fit in any figure's hand that I could find. So I just thought it'd be good just to have his something on his back, just look like it's part of his arsenal. And so I have the magnet. If we can turn this around. The magnet right here. So just attach it to his back. And now it wants to turn and flip and everything else. But anyways, you get the gist. Oh, I also cut the jacket open here and added a wire to it on the inside. I didn't necessarily need it to look pretty. I just need to be functional. So, and let me turn this around again. Oh, and as far as I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the hair necessarily, but I did have to add, I had a couple of different colors to this because I wanted to stand out from the jacket, because at first it was just all bleeding into one thing, into one same black. So I wanted to kind of give it a different, give some variation to it. I may go back and change it a little bit. So there's a little copper, a little silver, a little blue, to really make that hair stand out from the jacket. The eyes, I can't remember what all colors I used with the eyes, to try to get them to stand out. And since I wasn't sure how I was going to look in the movie, I just went with more of a, just a couple of different versions I've seen of Lobo, as far as he having the red eyes with sometimes it's more of like a, his eyeballs be, kind of yellow or whatever. So I tried a couple different things, and I ended up settling more on this look. I don't know, I'm just really pleased with it. Sometimes I sit back and look at certain things, and I may not be pleased with it initially. I was like, I'll go back and change it or do this. But this is one, once I finally finished, I really like how it turned out. So let me do a quick comparison with Aquaman. since we're using Jason Momoa, let me slide him over. So you can see the Vitoy's body stands a little bit taller than the Mexico version of Aquaman, which is perfect because Lobo is a bigger guy. Granted, yes, he's played by the same character, but he's supposed to be a bigger guy in the comics and everything. So, oh, this is another thing. I don't even know if this shows up well on camera because I wanted to have him more like a little bit like the handlebar mustache. So I added a little gray in on the sides of the mustache. It's not coming through right. It may come right on some of the photos later. I do. But I really like how that came out. It's kind of getting washed out in the light here. So yeah, you just have to look at the photos. But I really like having this side-by-side comparison of Jason Momoa, both as Aquaman and as Lobo. Because, well, that's quite frankly who he is. And I really need to go back over these eyes. I think I did that a little too dark. So I'll probably go back over these eyes, fix that a bit on this Aquaman. Because the face was a little plain for me, so I did that. Oops, knock my camera over. Let's see. Oh. I'm comparing to Superman. And this is always my go-to Superman here for different things. So I'm a big fan of the Cavill Superman, so I like how this looks together. Yeah, I think that looks really good. And heck, if we weren't having a new Superman, this would actually be a great pairing right here. With that said, as soon as I can find a suit of the new Superman, I don't have a head yet. I'm looking for a head for him. I want to make that one to add that one to collection too. So then I will have all of my movie Superman. So, you know, I love Cavill's version. I know a lot of people, I won't say a lot of people. I know it's kind of split on who likes the Snyder version and who doesn't, but I love the Snyder version. I love the Snyder movies. With that said, I'm very much looking forward to the new movie as well because I love comic book movies. So, you know, it comes a time where your favorite, you know, actors are no longer playing certain roles. It's taken over by a new one. And it just is what it is. So, I enjoy all of them. You know, I love the original. I love the Christopher Reeves movies. Yes, I know George Reeves was, you know, back in the day came first. I used to watch those. No, I was not old enough to be around when those actually, I was watching reruns, people. But for Christopher Reeves version, yes, I was old enough to watch that. Love those. I really like Brandon Routh's time. You know, his even though it was one movie, I enjoyed his. Love Cavill in it. So I'm just a fan of the movies in general. Let's see, what's something else I wanted to, and while we're talking about Snyder stuff, so just having some of these in there. And I finally finished this version too. I went back over this suit. So actually both these suits, the Batman and Superman, so many times because I was like, oh, I'm happy with it. And then well, I wasn't happy with it. So I go back and touch it up again and add a little more weather into it. Now I'm happy with it. I'm not going to touch it anymore unless I do. So let's see. And one, actually, no, I'm going to do two more. I lied. I was going to do one, but I'm going to do two. I'm going to do Steel, the Mayfix Steel. Speaking of which, I still need to unpackage my Cyborg Superman and Eradicator. And I was going to get Superboy, but I have an older Superboy figure that I don't think it looks better than the Mayfix version, but it looks really good. I don't really want to fork over the extra money. So, you know, with these tariffs and everything, you know, these certain things I'm just having to cut back on. And so this is the new, I can't remember the name of the company. I don't know if it's Bong. I'm going to have to look it up. I'll put it on the screen what the actual company is who makes this Superman. So just giving just size comparison, how he looks with different figures. I really like how this came out. I'm trying to see if there's any I'm going back and redoing my Mr. Terrific. Not to make them more like the movie. I'm just adding a belt and gloves, stuff like that. Because I like how mine turned out. It's not exactly like the movie because I made it before everything came out, before we had any pictures. So I'm very happy with how mine came out. Same for this Lobo. When we see the movie version, I'm not going back and changing this one to match it because I like my version. So that my version is going to be the one and only version out there of what I made. And, so uh, that's not to say I probably wouldn't make another one that would be more movie accurate, but I won't change this one. So anyways, with that said, that's pretty much all I have for this video. If you enjoyed it, if you like it, if you like my content, like, subscribe, comment on it. I've been getting some pretty good feedback on some of my stuff, people enjoying, what they're seeing, asking ideas. Because I don't mind sharing tips on things that I learned, things I find out, because plenty of people have done that for me. This tour community has, for me, overall been great. I know you get run into people that kind of, be in the feelings a little bit, but I haven't really ran into those people. Most people I've dealt with have been really cool about everything. So, but anyways, if you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, share, and just keep an eye out for my next customs.